Hello everyone and welcome back to the Cozy Spellboard, where we're gonna try to make every game a little cozier and a little bit more magical. So today is the first episode of Meeples Teas, where we're gonna usually do a monthly wrap-up of the games that I played the most the past month, but also to talk about some new games and other things in general. But today is the monthly wrap-up for February. By the way, if you see that the background keeps changing each video, it's just because I'm trying to find the perfect setup and with the lighting and everything. So I'm sorry for that. I'll figure it out eventually. I usually track my games on BG Stats. It's not a free app, but it's just a one-time purchase, and it's a very well-done app where you can have all your insights, and I really liked it. And you can also directly connect also your plays on BGG and your games. You can import and export every time you want everything. So let's get started with some stats. Now, this month, I have played 89 times. Usually, I don't have this many. I really don't know what happened in the last month. Usually, my plays are around like 50, 60 maximum. I was really surprised when I saw that I had 89. That's crazy. I really don't know what happened, so don't get used to it. Usually, they're not this high. And I played 32 games and 15 were new to me. Of course, I won't go through all of them. I will just talk about like 5 or 6. So I also came up with 2 lists of my most played games. One is just for the BGA plays, and the other one is for in real life plays, because I thought I wanted to keep them separate, and so you can have more of a general idea of what I played this month. So let's start with BGA to get it out of the way. Of course, I will go through these 2 lists very quickly so I can focus a little bit more about the new games that I want to talk about. So my number 5 most played game on BGA is Wingspan. Of course, I think everybody knows Wingspan by now, and it's a very beautiful engine building game. You have to call on little birds and make them settle in forests, in wetlands, whatever. It's cool because you have like a very fun action mechanism where you go back with your cards and you can do the effects on the cards. It's really fun and I really like it. I'm saying nothing new. It's a 1 to 5 players game. I would say probably best at 3. I would say that. My number 4 is Fromage, and I won't talk about it now because it's one of the new games that I played, and I will just say I really liked it. I really, really liked it. My number 3 is Draft and Write Records. Draft and Write Records is a 1 to 6 players game, and it's a draft and write, and where you are trying to create your band, go on tour, accomplish some appointments on your agenda, whatever. It's really fun, and if you like combos games like something like Hadrian's Wall or Three Sisters, this is really, really, really good. I really like it. Unfortunately, I just played it on BGA because I cannot find it anywhere. I've been looking for this game like crazy. It's really hard to find here, but I will own it eventually. I'm hopeful. Number 2 is Tiwanaku, and again, I won't talk about it now because it's another one of the new games that I played. And my number 1 most played game on BGA is Cartographers. Cartographers is a flip and write, another flip and write I know, that I love so much, and it's basically a perfect combo of tile placement and roll and ride. It's amazing. You get to draw your terrains, like your little trees and your rivers and your cities. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. I usually tend to record at night, but today I couldn't. So I'm sorry about that. I will try to edit it all out, but sorry. But Cartographers, it's a 1 to 100 players game, like Welcome to, because you can really play it at any count, at any player count, and it's just really beautiful. Now let's move on to the in real life games that I played this month. At number 5 we have Zombicide Green Horde. I am obsessed. The first time I played Zombicide was like 14 years ago. Yeah, I think like, yeah, 14 years ago, and I fell in love with that game. And then I never played it anymore because it was really, first it was really hard to find, and then it was really expensive. I've been wanting to buy it and I just never did. And finally, last month, some of my friends gifted it to me for my birthday, and they give me the Green Horde version because they know I love fantasy. So we are fighting some zombie orcs. And yeah, we're going through all the missions, and it's really fun. It's really fun. My number 4 is Sky Team. It's another co-op game. And the reason that it's really high on this list is actually because me and my roommate, we bought it like a long time ago, and we didn't like it. And the reason why I bought it, it was because it was a favorite of a lot of people. That I saw a lot of videos that have that had Sky Team on their favorites, and I was curious and I wanted to buy it, even though I have to say the theme was not really something that I was really drawn to. But I love dice placement. I like a good co-op where there is the right tension, like Zombicide. And we didn't like it, and then I lost a component. I wanted to sell that game. I lost a component, so I cannot sell it anymore. So we said, okay, we have to like it. We have to like it now, and we have been going through a couple of the scenarios. They get a little bit more exciting as we go through, but I don't know, there's something that really didn't click with me, and I really wanted to like it, and maybe I'll change my mind. We are still gonna play it, but for now, yeah, it's over there. My number 3 most played game in real life is Calico. Now, Calico is a tile placement, like puzzly game where you have to make your quilts to attract cats, and there's nothing better than that. Usually it's always number 1 because it is one that I really like to play solo. I like to play it multiplayer. I like to teach it to people that usually don't play board games, usually by removing some aspect of it, like maybe without the cats or without the objective tiles. This month I was really stuck on, I think, scenario 6, and I could not beat it, and I got a little bit frustrated, so I took a break. We took a break. We're separated right now, but it's still my number 3. So my number 2 is Botanicus, and Botanicus is a 2 to 4 players game, but as I said before, I think I am working on a solo mode. I think I will make a solo playthrough really soon about that. Even though it's still not totally perfect, I think I'm figuring it out. I don't know if it's perfect yet to publish it on BGG, but I will do a video. I will make a video, and maybe you can tell me if there's something that I could improve. Now, my most played game is Harmonies, and I have to say it's almost like most played games across the board because it was like number 2 on BGA, I think. Harmonies. The reason why it's so high is just because recently I discovered that there was a fan-made solo mode version on BGG where you can go through different scenarios, and basically it says that if you go through all of the scenarios, you will have gotten through all of the cards in the deck, and it's really fun, and I've been enjoying that as well. It's a little bit easier than Calico, but it's so much satisfying in a way because the tokens are like wood, and then you get to place the little cubes on top. It's more of a relaxing game, and I've been in that mood for this month. Now, let's talk about some new games that I played this month. One of the games is Tiwanaku. It was released in 2022. It's a 1 to 4 players game where you basically, it's a deduction game. You have two main actions that you can do. One is explore slash move, and the other one is divine. Basically, you are exploring, and each time you are exploring, you have to with like there's kind of a rondel that changes based on the scenario that you are playing, and it tells you what tile you are revealing. Every time you discover a terrain, you gain points based on how many other terrains you have discovered. And then you can divine, and you divine based on some rules. For example, it's very Sudoku-like in the sense that the crops are actually just numbers that are 1 to 5. It's impossible for two of the same numbers to be next to each other, like adjacent in any direction. The areas where these crops are placed are no bigger than 5 and of course not smaller than 1. I do really like Sudoku, so I really like this game. I have to say though, I don't find myself really wanting to buy it. For the solo mode, there is a lot of admin of the automa, because every time you discover a new terrain, you have to flip the tiles, see where the arrow is pointing and the color, and that determines the movement of the automa. And then the automa will discover a new tile, and then you have to check what tile is on the rondel thing. I don't think I would enjoy that playing by myself, because I usually like just to think about me. And also in the multiplayer version, I usually don't get AP, but this is a game that is really thinky, and you want to divine maybe first than anyone. So you are trying to figure it out. I usually tend to try to figure it out even though I have very small information, so I'm here looking at the map for like an hour. I don't think it would be really fun in a game night. I will totally keep playing it on BJ because I really liked it. Especially turn-based is my favorite, and it is really fun and I really like it. Another new game that I tried this month is called Casting Shadows. Casting Shadows was released in 2023 and it's a 2 to 4 players game, and it's the cutest game ever and I really liked it. It's a player elimination area movement game, but it's really well balanced because when somebody actually is defeated, it's just really one maximum 2 turns. It usually happens all at the same time, so actually the player that loses first is not gonna have to be there waiting for the other people to play. Basically, you are moving in these different hexagons that have each a different ability. They can make you recover 1 HP, or you can't get attack there. What you are doing, you have like different actions. You can move, you can learn some spells, which is like basically getting spell cards and counter spells you're gonna use later to attack. At some point, actually, because every time at the start of your round you roll dice, and those will be the resources for your turn. There's also a special resource, which is like the shadow thing that you can use to eventually transform in your shadow form. It will be a little bit more powerful because it has like a special ability, and it's really cute. It's so freaking cute, and I think also like gives you the satisfaction of a good like a longer game, but in a tiny box, in a tiny amount of time. And it's actually really good for people who usually don't play board games or don't play like more heavy games. This is perfect because it's really easy to explain, and all of the people that I played with usually really enjoyed it, even if they're not really into board games. It's so fun. It's so fun. Yeah. Next game that I would like to talk about is Superstore 3000. Superstore 3000 was published in 2024 and it's a 2 to 4 players game. It's a tile placement, but it's a little bit different than the usual tile placement because you're building a mall, basically a retro mall. You have just 2 columns at the beginning where you can put your tiles, and you're just basically building from bottom to top. So it's a little bit different, but besides that, everything is just pretty basic tile placement where you are trying to get the most adjacent tiles of the same color for each color. And basically there are 3 types of actions that you can take. There is a drafting and place a tile action, make money, and the last one is retrieving a special a special tile when you satisfy some requirements. I have to say, again, the theme is not something that I'm really drawn to. It's a good tile placement, but really didn't add anything to the tiling experience. So I liked it, but really didn't blow me away. It's a fun game. I would play totally again, but it's not something that I would choose over something else. The next game is Riftforce. Riftforce is a 2 only players game. It's a hand management 1v1. The lore is that like these elementals are starting to rise again after some things, and the humans are trying to learn about them, to control them, and they are forming guilds. Each guild has a different power that will also come into play, of course. You have just to place the cards, activate the cards, and then check if you are controlling some areas of around the river. You are trying to strategize the best way possible to combine the different powers of the different guilds, and it's really fun. It's every time, and then you are just trying to reach to 12 rift boards, which are like 12 points. I actually did buy this for my roommate because I've been really buying a lot of games for myself that I knew I was gonna like, and so I decided to get this one also for her because she likes more of these type of game where there's more fighting, and we've been playing a lot of worker placement, so I decided to give her this little gift. I really liked it. It's not my type of game, but it's really well done. I really liked this idea of trying to work through all of the different strategies, and it's a really quick game, really easy to set up, and Riftforce was totally something that I quite enjoyed. And for the last game this month that I would like to talk about is Fromage. I fell in love with Fromage. Fromage was released in 2024, and it's a 1 to 4 players game. I am obsessed. I really like it. Basically, you are a French cheese maker in the 20th century, and you have to make cheese, age cheese, sell cheese. I really do not I do not love cheese. Usually I do like some, but it's not like I'm obsessed with cheese. But the art in this game is amazing. Basically, it's a worker placement game, but it's just all different mini games, and I love mini games, and board games is something that I really enjoy. And so basically the board is divided in 4 sections. Each section is a mini game. There is area control. There is a section where you have to place your cheeses adjacent, and the more cheeses you have adjacent to each other, the more points you will get. The other one is pairs of cheese, and the last one is it will give you points for how many different shelves your cheeses are in. But the fun part is that the fact that the workers are 3 because of the 3 different types of cheeses that you can make. There is blue, yellow, and white. All over the board there are there are gold, silver, and bronze plates, and that indicates how long they have to age in order to be produced. And you unlock the workers when they are facing you. and I found that extremely fun. Plus, each game feels like a new game because you're starting with different resources based on what is the section of the board that you have in front. I liked it so much that unfortunately I bought it a couple of days ago, and I bought 2 copies because I thought that the first payment didn't go through, and I bought it 2 times. Now I tried to contact the assistants. I was that excited about Fromage, and I really like it. And there's one friend that I have that loves board games and loves cheeses, so I'm really envisioning already our game night with some wine, some cheeses, and some cozy talk. It would be amazing and totally the highlight of this month. I love playing it solo, and I also played it multiplayer. I just have to experience the multiplayer version because I know that there might be a lot of sorry, can you pass my worker? Sorry, okay, no, I have to take that. I know that might happen, so I have to try it in real life, but I actually don't care because I'm so obsessed about the solo mode, and I've been going through the different difficulties, so yeah. I'm really happy that I discovered Fromage. And that's everything for this video. I hope you liked it. But that's everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what was your favorite game of the month. And remember to always stay cozy and magical. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Now you're pink. What? I don't know what's going on. Why? Now you're red. Of course. Today was a mess. Oh Lord.